In this video, we're continuing on with interactive challenge sets, and we're trying to give kids opportunities to show how they compute for certain things on diagrams. So let's get started. The way we can have kids show their computation, show their work, is to have input boxes, and we can house their work in input boxes. So let me the first thing you want to do when you're making one of these, you want to make a text. So I'm going to make a text. I'm just going to show up in the algebra view, but I don't really want it to say anything. I just want it to be a open text with sort of blank there. So I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to down here I want a number. So I'm going to say answer equals 1. So that's creating a number for me, and then on here my input box, I'm going to house in the input box a text. So I'm going to say answer and then colon, and then I'm going to link this to the text. It'll look just like that. So now here's the deal. When a kid wants to put their answer, they'll just, as you would expect, they would just write their answer like that, and then the 2 would show up here. See, this right here is the actual text, and this is this text embedded in here. I don't need that text that was right here. I don't need it, so I can have it not be there, but this will still show up. So if I change this, whatever, it'll change whatever I want it to be. Now I want to have a way to link this to this. So the way I do that is I go into object properties and I use the command in my text. I use the command on update. So that means every time I update, there's parse to number, and we're going to say answer, which is the number goes first, and then text 1. Okay, so what that means is that when I update the text, the answer will become text 1. That's what that means. So let's just press OK, and then let's get out of here. So now you notice a second ago I changed it from 2 to 3. That didn't change. If I change this to say 4, now the answer changes with it. So that's important. And I could just have the number in here. I could just have that answer embedded in this input box. But there's a reason why we want to put a text in there. I'm going to show that to you in a second. So let's get to this one right here. So right here we have a rectangle. The area should be 10. So I'm going to put 10 in there, and it says the area is 10, but yet, and actually, look what happened. When I put the area in 10, when I made the text 10, the area changed with it. So let's just check to see that just didn't happen without me realizing. I'm going to do it again. Yeah. So that means right there that when we go to text 1, when we go to parse the number, or when we go to text 1, we should find that instruction there. So let's go to text 1. Click on here. Yeah, we see parse the number area becomes text 1. So that's there for us already. Now, here's the deal. We want this rectangle to change colors when this is the same as this. So let's see if we can do that. So we're going to go to the rectangle, and we're going to say right here where it says red, we're going to say we want it to be red when area equals rectangle, because that will give the students an indication that they're doing things right. So let's see how that works. So now we have 10 right there, and we go this, and 10 works. Okay, so that works. So now you wonder, besides doing it with numbers, there's another way to do this, and that is by using the names of these sides. So let's do that. Put in here H times G. Although I want to wait, I want to move it again because it's already written. So let's see if we do it here. We'll say H times G, and then it works. So that term. Now here's a problem. Now when I enter in something in here, this changes, right? So if I move this from here to here, you notice HG didn't change with it. So in order for me to make it so this always stays red when I have HG here, I'm going to have to put the same instructions I have for this as I have for this. Because that means that every time I move this as well, the size of this rectangle, every time that gets updated, then it will remind that we want HG to be, we want to parse it to number to the area. So let's do that, and then we'll see if it works. So we're going back to rectangle, which is right here, and we're saying for the scripting for the rectangle, we say for on update, we say parse to number, and then we say area text 1. So now when we do this, we should notice that every time, if HG is right here, every time, like if I go like this and like this, yep, it works. So this, it works. So it'll work every time now because this is getting updated every time I move this and every time I change this, right? So I can change this to something else, HH, and it won't work, obviously, but again, HG does work. So that's how that works. So the two things there are parse to number and making sure that the equation that we want for changing color is in that place, that one place in advance right here for this rectangle. Area equals rectangle. At that point, it turns red. Let's just do one more example of this. Okay, so for this one, I wanted you. We're trying to figure out what the geometric mean is. And that would be the square root of this times this, as long as this is an altitude. So we need to make this an altitude. This is I love mixing the construction with this because there's a lot going on. It really tests kids' understanding. So in order to get that location, we need a perpendicular line to this. So I'm going to say I'll go here. I'll go to perpendicular. I'll click this with drop it off there. I need an intersection. So I'll say here, I'm going to click right here and here, and that is F. So how do I make E be F? I just say, open up E and I say, hey, you got to be F. Like that. And now when I press OK, so now even if now it stays with it because that's the definition of E. So now wherever it is, it'll stay there. So that's good. So now let's put in, I'm not sure if we have this programmed yet, how this is working. So again, the geometric mean is, I believe, should be linked to this. Yes, it should be. So let's see if this works here. I'm going to say it will be the square root of I times j. So let's see if it's linked. So for that, we want to get the square root. So we go to keyboard, click on this, save it right there, and then of course this is a mistake that a lot of people make with calculators. You cannot do that, otherwise you're going to think like some of my students' GeoGebra is broken. But yeah, so IJ works, the square root of the whole thing, and you can see it turn red. So let's just see if we can make sense of all that. So if we go to the text, which is text 1, we should see what we thought we would see on update. Yep, parse the number geometric mean to text 1. That means this became this whenever we updated that. And then the other thing that we want to see is for the triangle, which is right here, we go here. Yep, altitude equals geometric mean. So this number there equals the square root of I times j, which it does. So that's how that works. I recommend giving this a try. Parse to number command in a text, putting the number first and then the text, whatever it is, and then you can put what you want. You can put letters inside envelope boxes. I think that's good because it helps people understand the concept of, no matter when, no matter what this looks like, no matter where those points are, it will always be the case. Now, looks like we're having another problem like before. Why don't we fix this? We would do the same thing. So we would have to say parse a number for this segment right there. Let's see if we can fix that so it always works. So we'll go here, go to right here. Oh, and it looks like it's already there, geometric mean text 1. What that means is that, and this is something to be aware of, on update, if you put things on update, if they're moving fluidly, the program can't keep up. So it's trying to update this value as quickly as it can, but it can't keep up with that. So, and if you notice, it's falling behind. So watch. Keep an eye on these two because I'm going to restart it. It is restarting, but it can't. This number can't keep up with that. So that's why it won't work. So one way that you'll see, just so you know how this program works, if you wanted to do this, you could do it, but you'd have to do it more like move it manually so that it can keep up with it, because otherwise it won't be able to. It's going too fast. So that's one sort of thing that you just have to know about the program as well. So that's it for this video, and have a good night.